think of when you hear the words black and white, or more broadly, darkness and whiteness. Dark is scary and haunting and eerie, while we see whiteness as pure, innocent, and good. Well, my effort in art this year was to really combat those connotations we all accept as true, and fitting for these colors. Okay, so everyone loves Star Wars. If you don't, then what are you doing? Okay, so in Star Wars canon, there's the light side and the dark side, good and evil. What do you notice about Princess Leia and Darth Vader's appearances? What do their costumes immediately tell you about their character? By just looking at them, you can see which side they each belong to. But why is that? Sure, Leia's on the light side because she's wearing light-colored clothes, but how do we know she's good? She's holding a gun here, and her face looks pretty menacing. And Lord Vader is wearing all black, but he looks pretty excited with his fist up, like his favorite sports team just scored a goal or something. But again, why do we know his physical darkness attributes to his evil? Does this mean that white is inherently good and black is evil by default, vice versa, or something else? So, y'all heard this one, let's say it together. Mirror, mirror on the wall.
Who's the loveliest of them all?
Yes. So, we know there are two definitions of fair here that she's probably talking about, goodness and lightness. The evil queen asked this question, but we all know she's already lost the running for goodness because she's the evil queen after all. So the only other definition she could be talking about is for lightness. So that means that the evil queen's most dear desire is to be the lightest complexion in the land. What was Disney trying to teach America's kids back in the 50s when this movie came out? Snow White's entire plot revolves around her character hiding because she's being hunted down by a queen who isn't quite light enough to her liking. All this to say that the notion of being white being good and black being bad exists in how we see each other. Famous artworks with people with deeper skin tones consist of them usually being in some type of servitude, but more usually people of color aren't included at all. The biblical God, Greek, Roman deities, great heroes of the past are all imagined to be white, even though geographically some of these figures live in the Middle East and wouldn't be of European descent at all. So my portfolio works to combat all this through celebration and representation of blackness and black culture. Two of my favorite artists of today are Kehinde Wiley and Amy Sherald, who both paint portraits glorifying everyday black life through using bold contrasting colors, including both black and white, while not deeming either shade as lesser or more beautiful than the other. Okay, so these are three pieces that epitomize my portfolio so far. Tennis focuses on the black youth and our potential and our future. There are three sets of images that tell a story. The first includes tennis imagery with greens and blues that represent the freedoms of the world around us. The black and white parts are pieces that tell a story that's kind of as old as time, or at least as old as the Civil War. The routine criminalization of black Americans. The binary in between everything connects it all together, saying that even though we live in a world where there are so many amazing opportunities, that not everyone has the privilege to access them. The white hand making a finger gun makes sure to say that it's not the weapon that's the problem, but the people and their embedded belief systems using them as tools that truly cause destruction. Oreo in the middle, that is more of a design aesthetic than a realism one. As a kid growing up in a predominantly black neighborhood, I was called an Oreo. Black on the outside, but white on the inside. Think about that. This is an extremely negative term within the black community because it was formulated by covert kind of self-hatred, actually. Those kids who called me that were saying that sure, I had dark skin and keeping hair, but because I like to read books and get good grades, that I was truly white internally. This means that they believed that being a scholar simply wasn't a part of being African American. That being studious is synonymous with whiteness only. So the next one, Girl with the Hoop Earring, is a reference to Vermeer's original Girl with the Pearl Earring. So this is a self-portrait, and I'm wearing a hoodie, a do-rag, and my sister's biggest hoop earring she owns. This says that Blackness and Black culture can be just as beautiful as any other and should be represented and celebrated in famous works and masterpieces. So, okay. Most recently, I've been experimenting with focusing on the contrast between Black and white to convey how beautiful their dynamic is, and that in this particular artwork, both colors need each other to look good. It's the relationship that accomplishes the entire piece. Next, let's see how it goes. Okay, next I started adding more color and continued to draw on black paper to show how different hues can accentuate it. And now, I'm planning to finish my portfolio with more color and larger scale pieces. Vibe check here is 32 inches in diameter, long diameter, and actually has no use of the color white at all, because I actually thought that it didn't need it here. So I hope to attend an art school in New York in the fall, but if not, I'll major in painting and minor in Africana studies in some other amazing university. Okay.